Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Paint My Face. I'm Dasha. Now in today's video, we're going to go ahead and try to recreate Miss Frida Kahlo. For those who don't know who that is, she's a famous Mexican painter. She's well known for her self-portraits, like the ones with the monkeys, and her unibrow. Now, because there's not much other than the unibrow and her little mustache that she has hanging around, we're going to go ahead and try to pull some colors from either her paintings or the background of the reference photo that I'm using and try to do a simple, soft eyeshadow look. So just stay tuned and enjoy. Alright guys, to start I went in with my Happy Hydration Cream by e.l.f. I went ahead and applied that all over my face. Once that was ready, I went in with the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil. Unfortunately, I don't know what color it is, but I'm going to assume it's the darkest brown they have, just because I have very, very dark eyebrows. I'm not too concerned about how messy they look, just because we're going to go ahead and correct with concealer and eyeshadow primer. Concealer, I went in with the Colourpop Hyaluronic Concealer in the color Light 50. Like I said, this is just to go ahead and clean up that messiness that was going on at the top of my eyebrows. I just went ahead and blended it with a beauty sponge. For my eyeshadow base, I went in with the P. Louise base in the color Rumor 02. I went in with a brush and went ahead and just applied that all over my eyelid up to the brow bone. Once I was done applying it with the brush, I just went back in with the beauty sponge to make sure everything was blended correctly and there was no creasing or spotting. For eyeshadow, I went in with the James Charles times Morphe. Why can I not say this dude's name? James Charles times Morphe palette. I went in with the color Canvas. I went ahead and applied that all over my eyelid. I went ahead and just stamped it on to make sure that P. Louise base was nice and set. With a clean brush, I went ahead and just dipped into the color Pinkity Drinkity from that same palette. I went ahead and applied that color to my outer V as well as part of my eyelid. Next, I dipped into the color Skip and just went ahead and applied that on my crease. I went in with the color Social Blade. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, the color just looked very, very faded no matter how much I packed it on. So off camera, I just went ahead and applied a little bit of setting spray and then added the color back, and the color seemed to have popped some more. I also know this look, was supposed to be very subtle or soft, but I don't know, it just turned into this like super bright pink colored nonsense. Next, I dipped into the palette Sugar Crystals by Violet Boss. I went ahead and used the color Buttercream for my inner corners. Once that was placed, I just went ahead and went back with the Pinkity Drinkity, I'm sorry, brush, and I just went ahead and blended that together. For eyeliner, I just went ahead and used my e.l.f. Cosmetics liquid liner. I went ahead and just made a very, very tight line. This is just to kind of give my eyelashes some more definition. Alright guys, it's time for some foundation. To prep the skin, I went in with the Benefit Professional Primer, the Bobbi Brown Face Base, and the Too Faced Hangover Primer and Setting Spray. Once that was all laid down, I went in with my Luda Beauty Foundation in the color Latte 300N, and I just went ahead and blended that with a dry beauty sponge. I noticed that if I use it wet, the color kind of shears out, so I wanted it to be full coverage to make sure my skin was nice and even. For concealer, I just went in with that same Colourpop concealer that I was using earlier in the video for my eyebrows. I went ahead and applied that to my under eyes, my chin, the top of my nose, as well as my forehead. To set the concealer, I went in with my e.l.f. Cosmetics contour palette, and I just went ahead and used that light yellow shade and went ahead and applied it to all the areas that I had applied my concealer. For contour, I went in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo Concealer in the color Deep Chestnut. I just went ahead and placed that on my nose, my cheekbones, and my bottom lip. For bronzer, I went in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I went ahead and just lightly applied that on my cheekbones, my nose, part of my forehead, and my jawline to bring it out a little bit more. To set the rest of my face, I just went in with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Powder in the color 130 Buff Beige. And to bake the under eyes and all the places I had applied the concealer, I went in with my Makeup Revolution Banana Setting Powder, and I just went ahead and applied that all over those areas as well. So in the reference photo that I was looking at, Frida has like this peachy, pinky sort of blush going on, and I absolutely loved it. So I actually went in with my AOA Beauty blush in the color Dandy, and I went ahead and applied that to the apples of my cheek all the way up to the temple area. To change the shape of my nostrils a bit, I went in with an angled brush as well as the James Charles palette in the color Tea. I went ahead and shaded my nostrils and added some shading, above the nostril as well to kind of open up that nostril a little bit more. I also went ahead and added some shading to the outer corners of my nose, as Frida has this kind of slender but wide nose at the same time. So it's kind of pointy in the front, but her nostrils are pretty wide. Alright guys, so it's time for that iconic unibrow Frida Khalo has. So what I did was I went in with a thin precision brush and the color Benny from that James Charles palette. And in upward stroking motion, I went ahead and applied that eyeshadow to make it look like eyebrow hair. And then in the middle, I went ahead and just lightly applied that same color and did that same stroking motions. So what I didn't want to do was overdraw the eyebrows to just look like a big old black smudge in the middle of my face. And then I just went in with a angled brush and kind of still buffed it out and gave it more definition. Honestly guys, if I didn't pluck my brows, this is exactly what I would look like. For the bigotes, or the mustache, for those who don't know what bigotes are, I went ahead and just did this exact same thing that I was doing to my brows, just in the mustache area. The only difference was that I actually went in with my matte poreless powder and then just kind of try to buff it out a little bit, because I did notice I did it way too dark, and no matter how many times I tried to correct it, it just wasn't working. So I just went ahead and applied it and pretty much covered the whole thing, and then just reapplied that eyeshadow. For lips, I went in with the Colourpop liquid lipstick in the color Snowflake. And for the bottom lip, I just went ahead and overlined them just a little bit to give it that bigger bottom lip. For my eyelashes, I just went in with the Tarte Cosmetics Lights Camera Lashes Mascara. And there you have it, folks, a recreation of Frida Khalo.